It's me, the Mask King of New Jersey. And it's Monday, August 9th, 10 a.m. I'm coming to you live. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to start it off with some stuff related to this mask right here. This is called the Philips Fresh Air Mask. It's made by Philips. It comes in a box like this, right? You won't find this sold in America. Not sure why. It's sold in Asia, primarily in China, and is quite popular. In fact, they just came out with a new version of it. I'll probably splice in a clip of that, the new version that just came out. This, what you see here, is the mask cover. This black is the mask cover. Now, this mask was originally designed, it was designed before the COVID pandemic, but it's become popular. In fact, they even make a children's size. They have an adult and children's size versions of this mask. The mask was designed to fit most human faces, although it is a little bit small for me. I wish it was a tad larger, you see. But it's pretty good, and the fit is pretty good. I'm able to get a pretty good seal as long as the nose wire is fresh, right? So what I have to do is change filters, obviously, eventually after a few wearing, but you also have to keep an eye on the nose wire. And the filters come in boxes like this. Right, this is a box of filters. I actually haven't opened this box of filters yet. I think I have some in another box, but I'm not sure. But what we're gonna do today is I just recently received a new mask cover. This is a new mask cover. So I've loved the black one. I think the black one's great. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan off now. Okay, here. Has 3 speeds, right? So that was it's off now, but this is low, medium, and high. So for high, I mean, if I would go out walking on crowded trails with this on high, and was never out of breath. It's great for exercising outdoors, right? So it has adjustable straps, right? So you can tighten it as much as you need to. But yeah, it's a good mask, and I bought this one on Taobao. I bought this replacement mask cover also on Taobao. Just came about a week ago. I'm going to go ahead and take it off now. Show you the inside. Now, some people don't like the idea of wearing vented masks, and my theory is you see so many people out there who don't even wear their surgical masks properly, right? They have like them uncovering their nose or down around their chin or whatever, I'd much rather just focus on protecting myself. So inside of this is a N95 mask, right? And this filter is pretty much done. I'm going to replace the filter. I'm going to basically take the whole thing apart right now so you can see it, what it's all about. So I'm going to take the filter out first. It just snaps here. Snaps. And it's connected to this side with actually that's the thing on the inside. Sorry, never mind. It's the vent part is here, right? The vent. It's a one-way vent in there, right? And then inside is the motor and the battery, and they're kind of like in a little separate compartments, right? So the motor for the fan is separate, and there's a little bit of crud in there. It's good that I changed this. The motor is connected just by a magnet. There's a magnet inside the mask cover, and then the motor unit just pops out. There's like 3 little places, and then it comes out. So this is the motor. This is the mask cover. I believe when they sell the mask cover itself, the replacement mask cover I got may come with a thing that you can plug that in, right? The motor turned on here. I gotta turn the motor back off here. Okay, this motor's off. So this is a very sophisticated battery system. It uses a micro USB, and I put a I don't know what to call these. I call them nubs, right? So I have a lot of USB chargers that have like this system where there's magnetic nubs, and you can change them. So I can use this, any cable to charge this. I charge this in my car when I'm driving, and it saves wear and tear on these little micro USB ports because they are prone to wear out. On any electronic device, the micro USB can wear out. So what I'll do first, I guess, is open up this. And it wasn't packed super well in the shipping. The box got crushed, but it should not be an issue. Let's try that. Okay. So here it is. This is the new mask cover. Let's see what it comes. Oh, it looks like it comes with a filter. That's interesting. Was not expecting that. No, it just comes with a little form shaper. Oh, there's not a filter. Okay. So packed in plastic bag. And this one's gray. It's kind of a light gray. Got a little twisty around the straps. Take that off. And this is just a way to keep some shape to it. This might come in handy for the other one, right? I can put that on here. It's upside down. This goes this way. Yes. So that can help it keep its shape. Then the new mask, it comes with this, which I guess you could use if you didn't have, you could use it with just a filter, maybe, without the motor. I don't know. I don't really quite get this, but yeah, there is like a cover that has a vent. Theoretically, you could attach that. I don't know. I don't really understand what that's for, but in any case, that's with the little hole plug in. And so now, got my gray mask, and I'm gonna put the motor back in here. So that snaps into place really nicely. The magnet attaches on the inside. And so yeah, you can get this in gray, black, pink. They have a couple of like hipster ones. They have one that says swag on the thing and it's black. I think there's another one I just saw. There's also the kids ones are like dark blue with a red stripe. And there's like a version of this that you can have like with the gray and green, like seafoam green for some reason. But I got this one. I just thought gray is the simplest, and I'm pretty basic. so, so I'm going to go ahead and open up these filters, right? This is a box of Philips N95 5 filters. Now, I noticed recently that some of these items are no longer available to ship to the U.S., and this may be a sign. There was a period of time last year when China shut down exports of higher quality masks to the U.S. at least. I don't know about other countries, but I wasn't able to order any masks for a while. So anyway, these filters, they have kind of a hard element here. So it's not soft. There's like a little plastic mixed in. So it snaps in there, and it snaps in on this. There's a little snap thing here. You just put down that, snapped in, and then you attach the vent portion to the fan, with snaps in there. Now, the nose wire is like folded pretty hard. My nose is kind of, I want it a little bigger. So what I do is I flatten it out, and then I put a little space, and then crease it down to give a little bit more space for the top of my big old nose. And that seems to get me a better fit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on now. Attach it on one side. Okay, let's get that centered on here. I probably have to loosen the straps because it's kind of tight on me now. But so there it is. This is the Philips fresh air mask, now in white or gray. And yeah, fresh air in the mask because the stale air is expelled out. Now again, this is not good for protecting others from coronavirus. This is for protecting yourself, right? Now these days, the idea of protecting yourself is getting more relevant because there's so many people that are, saying that they don't want to wear masks, and they don't want to take vaccines and so forth. So the idea of protecting yourself is becoming a little bit more urgent, I think. I haven't really started wearing this one indoors yet. I mean, I occasionally have worn it indoors for when I knew I was going to be in a store for a long period of time, right? And when you wear, I have like a couple other masks that don't have vents, and they tend to get pretty humid on the inside when you're in a store for long periods of time. I wanted to also share with you guys a couple other things. This is the mask that I wore most of the time indoors when I went shopping during the coronavirus, was this Atmo Blue, right? I also have a microclimate air helmet, which I wore occasionally into like medical appointments and stuff like that. So this mask is actually also designed to protect the wearer. It has 2 HEPA filters on the side, has a really good seal. The straps are on the top and the bottom. Right, I really have liked this mask a lot. It doesn't feel restricted because of the way the straps work, and the air quality is super, super good. I mean, it was literally designed for wearing long periods of time in places where the environment is so smoggy that you would get sick from breathing the air, right? So and it just so happens to work very well for filtering out uh, virus particles as well, because of the high level of filtration, right, with the HEPA 11 or even 13 level of HEPA 13, I think, filters on these. So I really like it. It's probably overkill at this point for vaccinated people to wear something like this. But now that everyone in my family is vaccinated, I tend to wear just a regular mask, and I haven't worn the goggles as much either. I think we have to kind of just adapt as this pandemic changes. Like right now, we have got the Delta variant, which is now making up over 75% of all the cases in New Jersey are coming from the Delta variant, and our cases are rising pretty dramatically. It's like over 1,000 cases a day now is the average. The average is trended up to over 1,000 a day for the past few days at least, and still seems to be going up. So what I've been keeping track of is like, well, with the breakthrough cases, what are the number of people getting really sick? And the number of people getting really sick with breakthrough cases is very, very, very low. So in terms of hospitalizations, in terms of deaths, it's like almost nothing. So I feel pretty well protected, and now that my whole family is vaccinated, I don't have that much worry. I'm not. A lot of times, a lot of people will, the people that aren't in favor of wearing masks will call you, oh, you're such a sheep. You're just following what the government wants you to do. It's like, well, no, I'm doing this to keep myself safe and to keep other people safe in some cases, right? So by keeping myself safe, I keep other people safe too, right? So it's not real. I'm not afraid. I'm just caution and fear are different things, right? I'm not afraid. I'm actually not afraid at all of getting coronavirus anymore. And even because I know that even if I did, the infection would be fairly minor. Now I wouldn't want to be, I wouldn't want to be the vector for allowing somebody else to get coronavirus. So that's why I take precautions. Wearing a mask most of the time indoors. I wear an unvented mask, and the most of the time I still avoid going indoors as much as possible, right? So occasionally I started eating out in restaurants though. So I have felt like it's safe enough to go to a restaurant. I'll wear a mask to the table. When the food comes, I'll take off my mask. When I'm done eating, I'll put the mask back on. So, and I think that's worked out so far. We're all fine here, and we're keeping up that routine. But the reality is things change. Now, people always say, like, well, scientists said that first they said you didn't have to wear a mask, then they said you did have to wear a mask. Well, and now they're saying you don't have to wear a mask. And then they say you do have to wear a mask. Well, you know what? That's what happens. You can't control the evolution of a virus, and the next variant could be one that's even more virulent and destructive, and also evades our vaccines. So since that's the case, I feel like, okay, I've got more than enough ways to combat that. I feel like I'm very secure in knowing, like, yeah, whatever comes, I've got the ability to handle it. So I'm doing fine. I'm not afraid. And if I'll tell you where I would be afraid, if I was unvaccinated, and at this point, and I was looking at how many people that are unvaccinated are going to the hospital, I would be very afraid. I would be probably motivated to get that shot, or I'd be thinking seriously about getting a vaccine. Now, I have relatives. I have one close family member, who didn't want to get the vaccine. He was very hesitant, and he had all kinds of reasons not to do it. He happens to live in another state where they're having a very high rate of COVID transmission right now. One of the states that is really exploding. And that's what got him finally to get vaccinated. So he got his first shot about a week ago. And I thought, okay, I was starting to send him messages about like patients getting sick, with COVID, young people. I mean, he's not a young person. He's about 10 years younger than me. So, and I'm about to turn 60. So, it's starting to sink into some people. Some people that were hesitant are getting vaccinated, and that's a very good thing. There will always be these people that just can't comply and go on Facebook and start saying, I won't do this, I won't do that. I'm against vaccine passports. I'm against the government telling me what I have to put in my body. I'm against the government telling me how to walk into a store without, whether I have to wear a mask or not. It's like, these people, you really have to question what's going on inside their heads. A lot of times they're the same people that support law enforcement no matter what, the Blue Lives Matter crowd, that they can't comply with public health recommendations. You've got people now that are like completely, their minds exploding because our governor here in New Jersey, Phil Murphy, has mandated that all school children, K through 12, will wear masks at the beginning of the school year in school. And that's just common sense, right? You've got a whole population of kids under 12 that are not able to get the shot. They're unvaccinated. There's kids in Louisiana that are getting very, very sick, in other states too. Some are dying. Not a lot, obviously, not a lot. It doesn't affect kids as nearly as bad. But I know of kids who've had very mild symptoms like loss of taste. And who knows what the long-term issues are with COVID. I mean, look at chickenpox. I have chickenpox. I had chickenpox when I was a kid, and my dad also did, and he got shingles, right? So I'm worried about getting shingles at some point. So there's always, with this virus, it seems to have this long, there's these issues with long COVID, even for people that are vaccinated potentially. And it's just something you don't, why risk that? It's like, why not wear a seatbelt when you can wear a seatbelt and probably survive your next car accident? This is like, it's a no-brainer. I remember when I was in college and I had a job working for a land surveying company, and it's called an expediter. I had to drive to different county and offices, to file plans and go out to land surveys, pick up documents. And I was doing a lot of driving in different vehicles, mostly pickup trucks or Jeeps that were owned by the company. And I was on the road so much, and I realized, like, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt all the time. I was like, you know what? Why do I need to risk a car accident seriously injuring me or killing me? I just wear the seatbelt. This is the days before airbags, right? This was like in the early 80s, when a lot of cars, none of those cars had any kind of airbag, right? And I started seeing, such crazy driving. So why does it take so much to get you to get vaccinated if you can logically see there's a way to avoid a terrible situation? Yeah, I've never had a terrible accident in my life, never. But I still wore my seatbelt all those years, and I still do. I mean, even though now you pretty much have to drive down the road. But is that being a sheep? Is that wearing a seatbelt? Is that being a sheep? No, it's being a reasonable person who cares about yourself and others, right? Because if I weren't here, what would happen to my kids would never been born? And if they were already born, who's going to be their dad? So it's just being a reasonable person. Getting vaccinated is just the reasonable thing to do. And if you're not vaccinated, you're just not a reasonable person. You're just finding excuses for being unreasonable. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. This is going to be pretty much a half hour on the dot thing today. I'm glad that we had a chance to catch up, and I'll let you know there may be some new update soon. I kind of like to go with the flow, but I am going to be doing more live streams as we continue. So this is the Mass King of New Jersey, over and out.